Next, we have Mr. Buddhodevghosh, who is a researcher and TAP at Cell for Indian Science and Technology in Sanskrit at IIT Powai, Bombay. Yes, sir.
So I think I am audible and visible also. So
Yes, sir.
first of all, pranam to our chairperson of this series, Dr. Rajiv Ranjanji, and thank you to the organizing committee to giving me such an opportunity. So I would like to present something on this. Let me take 10 seconds. Hello.
Yes, sir.
One minute. Okay, 1 minute. So my computer is working properly. That is the problem. What is the problem? So today I want to present on this topic Eco-Dharma, the ancient Indian views on environment and maintaining its prosperity. Now I am just presenting whatever I have as a presentation here. Thank you. So it is visible. So I shall not take much time to present this because many of the delegates actually come with different ideas. As today morning, Professor Rao also told about he has told that our dharma, our Indian perspective, has a rich connection or a useful connection with the sustainable development goals and maintaining the environmental prosperity. So I shall take into in this context that eco-friendly. My paper is dealing with 3 points. So one is eco-friendly Indians, the dharma approach to the environment, and the sustainable development goals and the Indian views. So the first thing is eco-friendly Indians. We all know about some key concepts in the Indian religious or ethical value and Indian philosophy, like that. The dharma, the eco-dharma I have used in my paper, that is actually come from the environmentalist ethical idea within the concept of dharma. Dharma is not a religion. Let me clear that it is a wholesome of religion, ethics, philosophy, truth, and the duties. So we are now in the present days making some constitution about for making some laws to protect our environment. But the thing is, we had the same approach surprisingly several thousand years ago in India. If we look at the scenario of ethics for living or anything related to the right of living, not only men but the other animals also, then we can see that we use the word bhutani everywhere. The bhuta is actually the wholesome of every living being and inanimated object and the animated object in this art. So whenever we have discussed about the right or the duty or right to living, we have actually emphasized on not only the humans but the non-humans living creatures in this world. So which actually indicate the concern about all living beings and non-living beings in a greater way. So we had that idea as Indian. So the second thing I have to emphasize that the mother art, the concept of the mother art was here, and that is another thing to notice, that not only in Veda but in Tantra texts and Agamas, this art has been described as the mother art. and very feminine characteristics of it actually acknowledged and honored by the Indians. We must know, and it is very much exclusive in any pagan religion, and it is very unique to the Indian religion and ethical codes also. That is the one thing that we know about the eco-feministic approach in nowadays. But the thing is, we had that approach as Indian from the morning prayer to the night prayer, where we are actually praying to forgive me, the mother, to make such insult by touching you by my feet. So that kind of great approach was also there. So I shall move into the second point, ecological spirit in the Dharma. There has many things to tell, and I have written in my paper. So I am just doing some points here, making some points and to actually understand. A man or an animal, if don't follow the cosmic law or want to change this, does a harm to the whole world. That was the idea. In Bhagavad Gita, we can see the most fascinating thing is the Vedic text largely articulate theory behind such narrative, saying that whenever dharma, the nature sustaining principles, is harmed or damaged, the force of sustenance manifests itself and restores dharma, the nature sustaining principle. So it has been understood in that way that what is the importance of sustainable development or the environmental protection. It was there in the deep philosophical construction in the Indian philosophy or the concept of dharma. So I shall go to the third and the last point I want to emphasize on. That is a sustainable development ideas in the Indic values. I must tell that we all know about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals announced by UNESCO. We must take a look there and get to know some points similar as for the Indian ethics. The first goal is zero poverty. Was also there from ancient times in every civilization. It is not only unique to Indians only, but it was there for every civilization. But for achieving that zero poverty, India had the practice of dhanam or the donation. As we can see in various texts from Upanishads to Smriti Shastras and Artha Shastras, there has the Varna Vibhaga and the Kshatriya or the Grihastha, the family men, they had the duty to give to the society whatever he has the extra. So it was one of the practical solution it can be for achieving the first goal, zero poverty. For achieving the second goal, we must take a place individually that we must not waste food. In India, eating food is a very sacred thing. One of our Maharaj in my college days used to criticize that we Indians eat privately but can do latrine very publicly. But we have to do both privately. But for taking food, the conception was it has to be given to Ishvara first, and after giving to Ishvara, it will be called as prasadam, and we can take it further. So and that kind of rituals or that kind of practice actually generates some sacredness in the food, and that kind of approach can decrease the food wasting things going all over the world, and we can it can be a solution for the achieving the second goal. The Ayurveda takes for the third goal that well-being. The thing is for well-being, mentally and healthy life. We had the many ideas said in Ayurveda. We know. But the fourth goal, that what dealing with the education, I think the quality education is if the quality education is concerned, then the Indians are the best in that topic, as we actually always prioritize the truth over the information collection, or the holistic education was the aim for all. We can see the 1/4 of one's life, the 25 years, so one has to dedicate to education process called as Brahmacharya period. As in the gender equality thing, we can say that the affection about the woman and respect for the power of a woman we had from a very first time in Indic civilization. If we go for the pure water theme, I have mentioned in my paper that water purification method was largely explained in the Indian text like Brihat Samhita. We can see there also for that solution for water purification and that sanitization thing. We need to know that the 7th, 8th, and 9th goals, what actually dealing with the proper awareness and the building the skills properly. We have some of the idea from the Gita, Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is also he told about the yoga and explained that yoga, not that exercise only, that is the work of doing the work easily. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. After that, I'm going faster. Important things, and the thing is other three goals very much important and can be achieved that at some extent only by helping each other or building consciousness for cooperation everywhere. This can be also useful for our last goal. We know about the peace, dealing with the peace. And we know the Rig Veda says Samgatsadvam, Samvadadvam, Samme Manam Syadadvam, what actually dealing with the consciousness for cooperation in the society. For the climate action to the protecting the life on the land goal, we must take care of ethics our great ancestors did. We have discussed. We must make others aware about the 16th goal. India is once again an example where no evidence can be found. 16 goals means the peace, making the peace everywhere. India is once again an example where no evidence can be found of where we work with intention with the neighbor and in which place we can find the text like Vedanta proclaimed and teaches about peace only, both in the inner and the outer world. In the conclusion, I must say two sentences only. We are not saying that everything has been done and nothing to do now, but many more to do. One thing we must understand that waste can't escape or deny the most responsibility for this climate or environmental crisis, as many environmentalists said. And also Indians should not only be proud for their rich heritage, but act as per the instruction from those teachings. So that was the intention of mine, and I have clearly mentioned in my last slide also that we have to make it in the practical way, and after that only these all knowledge, these all discussion, these all things actually will make some sense. So here I am just finishing my presentation. I think there are lots of things I need to learn and know from the presenters coming on. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.